All right, folks, I wanted to talk about, and there was a news clip about this, but I think for all of us, it's important to hear this, especially for those people who live near railroad tracks or in a town where there are a lot of railroad tracks. So, hello, everyone. This is Lisa from World Wheelchair Warriors, where we touch base on everything from A to Z regarding wheelchairs. So welcome to you. So today we're going to talk about the way that we need to handle railroad tracks and the way we should not. so, so that's really important. I myself use a power wheelchair, and I would be pretty terrified of railroad tracks. You know, I can't do a wheelie. Manual wheelchairs have the advantage that they can do a wheelie and stay on their back wheels and get across safely. The moment those casters, the smaller wheels, get caught in that railroad track, you're stuck. Unless you have someone who is with you, you really got to start praying. And, you know, I have to say to all wheelchair users, if it's snowy, if there's a lot of snow out there and a lot of snow over the railroad tracks and over the sidewalk going over the railroad tracks, leave your errands for another day. Cancel your appointment, reschedule it, because it's not worth it. I tell you, it's not worth it. So you really have to measure how much you want to take a risk. And again, manual wheelchairs are a little bit luckier because they can do a wheelie all the way across and they're safe. But if they don't do a wheelie, those casters could easily get stuck in the railroad tracks. And then what? If you're by yourself, you know, and you can't flag anybody down to get you out of the railroad tracks, then what? You know, so for anyone who lives like in New Orleans or areas of Texas, or, you know, that there are a lot of railroad tracks, you either have to find safer routes, you have to figure out where you can cross that is safer for you, because I'm hearing a lot of stories of wheelchair users getting stuck in those railroad tracks. And that's putting your life at risk. And truly, it's not worth it. The last guy who got stuck on railroad tracks, in this clip that I'm going to put down in the description box, if that lady hadn't shown up, he wouldn't be here with us today. So I really want to encourage everyone, in bad weather, reschedule. It's not worth it. In somewhat bad weather, just reschedule it. It's not worth your risk, or have a different route. Even if it's longer, choose a different route. You know, don't put yourself in that situation in which, you know, you get stuck on the railroad track and that's it. That's the end. This person was so lucky, and some people are not lucky. So I want everyone to consider railroad tracks and being safe no matter what. And again, it's better to cancel what you had for that day than take the risk of all that snow being all over the tracks and you not being able to see the tracks well enough to know, you know, how to get over the next track and getting stuck. Our casters fit right there in that divide in the railroad track, and you cannot get yourself out. It's very, very difficult to impossible. So I just want to put that notice out there for people who live where there's a lot of railroad tracks, and I don't care what side of the tracks you're on. You still have the risk of slipping in there and getting stuck. So, and it's just better to find a secondary route If the weather is bad, just don't go across the railroad tracks, even if it's a shorter route. Take your secondary route. Leave a little bit earlier, take your secondary route. Again, manual wheelchairs are a little bit luckier because they can do the wheelies. But if they get tired of doing the wheelies as they go across, they're in danger of slipping through as well. Power wheelchairs are casters a little bit thicker. However, it doesn't always work. You know, just going by fast or whatever idea you have to get across, it doesn't always work. So I prefer that, you know, and I want to invite everyone who has or is in a wheelchair that you have a secondary route, that you go with someone, that you just reschedule your appointment because it's not worth it. Call the doctor's office, they'll understand that you know, it's all full of snow, you don't know where the tracks are exactly, and you could slip through. So those 3 things I'm going to recommend. And if you have some other recommendations, feel free to share them with us. And I will certainly leave this news clip down below so that you can kind of think about it. And this is kind of a warning that I want to give everyone, you know, and it's just like everything else. If you go hiking, some wheelchair users love go hiking in parks and things, something happens and they're stuck because they didn't plan their route or they went by themselves or whatever the game was. So, you know, we really have to think about, and it's not acknowledging our weakness. It's not that. It's being brave enough to have a different route. Sometimes we have to do that in life. To have a different route, secondary routes are important. To go with someone, you know, going by yourself is, you know, kind of fun, but going with someone else to keep the safety level a bit higher is better. So again, folks, I want everyone who uses a wheelchair and lives by a railroad track to think twice to reschedule or have a second route or to go with someone. If you got to the end of this video and you survived my chit-chat, mark wheelchair. Type in wheelchair. And if you think you'd like to come back to the channel, feel free to subscribe and to like. That really helps the channel, helps any channel, but especially mine because I'm still in the process of growing. So feel free. And I'm hoping that you will also donate to California or to North Carolina and their disasters, because it's not only at the moment, but the weeks after that they will really struggle. So your donations, your support will really, really help them. So I have the links down below in the description box so that you can take a look and see where you want to donate if you're able to. Do not feel obligated. All right. Thank you so much for coming, for accompanying me in my chit-chat about the wheelchair, and I hope to see you in the next videos.